Okay, I'm done with the setup. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Wow, we got quite a few of you here. I am surprised. I'm not used to this many people being here in the beginning. But I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well, Coffee. Just got some stuff set up. Got myself set up now for a good, hopefully, couple hours of painting. Yeah, I mean, continuing the same, 2,000 point list. As much as I want it done, I have to, let me move over to, move over here. Down. Good to see you too, Hannibal. It's been a minute. Let's see. Oh, table. I played some Path of Titans early today. Short-lived because I was flying away on a low level using... I was flying on very low health, being chased when my game crashed and you died. No! Yeah, I know. It's a 404 error. It will be corrected back to the proper number, which should be 1. So yeah, the number is wrong. It will eventually be corrected back to what it's supposed to be. Had a very not so... I've had a boring weekend. That's what I was trying to get to say. What's happening tomorrow? Put that there. That can go there. Which one was I working on last? I was working on one of these guys. Oh, the Skitari get released tomorrow? Nice. Was it just this I did? No. Yeah, it was this guy. Okay. Trying to find like which one I worked on stuff. I mean, yeah, boring is better than nothing, but for me, boring is doing nothing. I mean, my Saturday, I worked and got a couple extra hours. No, but I've been seeing stuff on it. I think I will probably watch a little bit of it. Just because it's being hosted here in the US, which I find extremely funny. A country that does not really care about football or anything like that. And I do mean European football, not... soccer. Oh, how about I actually keep this stuff in frame? That'd help. I've seen a few jokes. What I saw something from someone on like our match on 4th of July. If we like beat the UK or something, and just like a big overreaction, which I'm gonna be honest, we're overhyping ourselves way too much. When we get freaking demolished, we're gonna be so upset. Well, that's cool, Coffee. Was it the one that you were talking about? It is all about the money. That is very true. I know there's been can't... Like, some stuff that's happened, and people got upset about it, and FIFA did nothing because they're being paid by a bunch of people. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see something about this Skastari looking a little bit. It might have been something you sent me. Maybe. I gotta double check. Oh, not surprised. I'm sure there are plenty of places gonna be dominating. I mean, I'm trying to think of like the right words to say. I don't think there is any. We are going to get freaking swamped. We're not gonna make it to the finals. I think some people were surprised we've done as well as we have. And, yeah. Oh, I thought I saw a video on, like, something about the, like, customization, and it showed their body. I think I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw, like, the Dark Tide Instagram page, and I just kept scrolling, and I realized, oh, wait a minute, that probably should be something I actually check out, because I don't look at that stuff. I mean, it's not really a challenge. I'm using the same thumbnail from last time. Oh, wait, does it say, like, a week? I thought I changed it. Let me look at the thumbnail real quick. Yeah, I'm just trying to paint 2000. It's not a challenge. The thumbnail is exactly how I feel while trying to do all these minis. It's just like, it's never ending. I finish one unit, I pull another one out, and I gotta keep going. I should switch to something different, at least to vary the content a little bit. That's smart, table. That's smart. Oh yeah, I've seen a little bit on that coffee on, like, Europeans or the people, like, dealing with what we have as, US people. Another heat wave. Ooh. Is that in the UK? Or I guess Europe in general? I used to spend a full week on, like, one miniature and put my whole heart and soul into it, and I'd be burned out by then and be like, I gotta do so many more, why am I doing it this way? And then I had to, like, tell myself it's okay not to paint this very high quality that I want, because I'm gonna play with them. It's only something that I'm gonna see up close. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. There was a German Spanish VTuber that I follow on Instagram, and they posted, like, their area's temperature for the next couple days, and they were not happy about it. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you poor goose, you're getting cooked. What's up? What's up, Taylor? Damn, that is warm for you guys. Can I make this stand taller? Yeah. About there. Ooh, you know what I've been watching a little bit of today? I've been watching stuff on The Truman Show. For those that don't know, it is a Jim Carrey movie about a person from the age of being born to what they hoped old age, being filmed for TV 24/7. I gotta say, it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and now I'm kind of like, I've just stumbled upon some other videos, some other little like theory stuff and all that. I'm like, ooh, I like that. So it's been fun. Oh, it's such a great movie. I wish there was like, I want to see what his life like outside of it was. Just like, obviously, it's supposed to end with like, when he leaves stage, we're no longer watching him. It's over. That makes sense. I would have loved for like, because I think cell phones were just becoming a thing, or they were a thing at the time, that someone with a cell phone was like, oh, Truman out and about, and it just showed him living a normal life. Like, I know people are going to move on to the next show and stuff like that, but it just, I want to know if he met up with that girl, what his life kind of looks like, all that stuff, yeah. Oh, Taylor, I'm pretty sure is already, yeah, he's been here for a bit. There's a good group of regulars, that's the word I'm looking for, that come in and out. I'm working on the Deathwing Knight still, Taylor. But glad to see you got some more models and all that on hand. And what's up, Dorzo? Excuse me. Have I seen iRobot? I don't think I have. One of these days, I'll do a stream for my European crowd, where I wake up at 6, and I'll start streaming, so that all the Europeans can just like hang out and chat. And then, you know, once I'm done, I get done with work, I come back and I'll stream for another 3 hours at the end of the day, and I'll get my Americans. Oh, Tyler. Not Taylor, Tyler. There's another person. It's you and another person that have like the same name. It's like Tyler and Taylor. When people have like the same name in chat, I usually end up mixing them. I'd end stream at 3 a.m. here. So the best time would be like, ooh, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. I only get up at 4 a.m. when I have to go and snowplow, and I don't want to do that again this year. Freaking. Wait, is it? Wait, is iRobot the one with Will Smith, or am I thinking of a different one? Good. I'm glad you did. I bought it as well, and I've been building it. Currently, in my own build within everything. I am done with all the characters, and I need to put together... I got half of the Intercessor squad built. Oh, it is the Will Smith one. Okay. I only thought I had to build 5 Intercessors. That's also what my Sunday was. I did some house stuff, and then I started building at like 10 a.m. And then I took a bit of a break around 5, and I also did some other stuff. And then I sat back down around like 6 p.m., and I continued building until 9, and I got 9 models done out of the whole box. It is so much clipping and scraping. And also, I am not buying Tau. I'm not getting into Tau. You got the box, but Mephiston and the kill team before you started box. Fair enough. I know I shared photos. I want to share the models I built real quick. I did make an Instagram post as well for people to see. So, I went through and I think the characters took me longer because I found bits that I wanted to add on to the models. I have 2 that I'm really kind of proud of. And then I'm not going to grab all the Intercessors. I'll only grab the Sergeant, because the Sergeant I'm having a little story with. So, don't mind all this mess. Also, let's bring this... Oh, can I not? Yeah, I can. There we go. That'll be more comfortable for my hands. That'll be better. So, I want to show off this captain first. So, this is the captain that I built yesterday. Did not change that much on him. I only changed 2 things, actually. I gave him... So I still had the head from the Emperor's Champion back when I built this fine fellow. So that's the head from this kit. And I thought this would be perfect for a captain. And I switched up the sword. The sword's actually from a Age of Sigmar kit. I think it's when you want to build this guy. Their weird, like, chaplain-ish guy. I don't know what he's truly called. So I put the sword on him. And I like this one a lot more. It feels like this is more of a magical sword than it is a power sword. The power sword's still cool, and I have it right here. I mean, it's still a good sword. I just liked the hilt and the blade a little bit more. And then my favorite model, just out of all the characters in general, my favorite is the Ancient. I love the pose of this guy. I gave him the growly head. I added on a few bits. I added on some grenades to his leg right here, so that he has some spare grenades to throw. I added a purity seal above the gun right here, because I love when they have a purity seal and it goes over the hand. I also added, it's on the back, some pouches and a little, like, relic, I don't know what to call it, but it's got a little skull inside it. So, I figured because he's the Ancient, he's carrying more than just the banner. He's carrying probably some sort of like little relic inside that thing. This also, now that I have this guy, I do have a few Ancients. Oh yeah, and I added the little smoke stand that is on the Inner Circle Companions. I added that to his back. I now have to come up with a chapter symbol. I gotta sit down and do that. And for the chaplain, I put the head on, like the actual skull head, This one right here. And I wasn't the biggest fan on the way it looked. I understand, like, it's a decent looking head. It's just the little halo at top I'm not a fan of. I like more the hooded skull look from the chaplain. So I had an inner circle head, and this guy is screaming, kind of running in, so I was able to put that on. And then I decided, like, you know what, I'm going to chain his weapon. I like adding chain when I can on stuff. So I put a chain up around his weapon and had it go over his arm, and I used super glue to kind of keep it in this shape and stiff. So it looks like it's flying forward with his momentum. And then I added a purity seal to his holster here. I was going to add it to the gun, but I'm like, you know what, the holster would make more sense. And he's ready to come in and just bash in some skulls. Also added in, again, the inner circle little smoke thing up at the top, because he's a chaplain and he should have some sort of little holy symbol, and I like to think this is either sending out smoke or is some sort of little relic that sits on top. And the one that I think I'm like the most proud of, or that I like the most out of all these guys, is this librarian. The librarian already had a very cool pose to begin with. I added just a few things. One, I swapped out the head of his staff. So normally this is the head. It is a little skull head with a circle around it. Like got the horns and everything. That's supposed to be like a demon. But I went into the Black Templar upgrade sprue, took one of their precious relics that they have, that three-eyed demon skull, or alien skull, and I put it on the end of his staff. And I'm like, that looks way better. I then also added, again from the Black Templar upgrade, like box sprue, a longer piece of parchment that I'm going to use as like a big purity seal, something like that. And I also threw on, again, a chain as well. This is actually the hook part to a piece of jeweler's chain. So I have it on the end of the staff as well. And I'm trying to make it look like that he's shooting out this blast and everything's pushing back on him. I want to give him a very dramatic look. I wanted to also give him a bit of a chain belt as well, right here. And I added on this little bauble. Again, probably some sort of psychic energy or smoke that will come out of that. And then this, I threw the chain on around his backpack. I was tempted to switch this out for the one that goes on the staff, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave it. Glad I left it, and now I have this chain, and he's got a very, very dramatic pose. All that energy, psychic power shooting out of him and pushing everything back. I mean, it's happening with the purity seal, it's happening with everything, so I love it. I think out of all the ones I've kit bashed, he is my favorite. And again, in quotes, kit bashed, just add stuff to. But even if you swap out one part and you call it a kit bash, that is more than fine. This guy, I'm having a little bit of a story with in my head. So, for a couple games, I've run an intercessor squad that I called Raptor Squad. And it popped in my head while I was building these guys. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I say in my head that this Primera squad, through all these crusades, have now shown that they're more of a veteran squad. So this is the sergeant you can build. I didn't really change anything. I think I just... Oh yeah, I added the Primaris head. And I added this chain. And my idea with this little chain here, because each time the Intercessor Squad is in the crusade, it's either they get fully wiped or there's one model left. And I like to think that the sergeant is the last guy that lives, and each of these links on the chain is a brother from this squad over the centuries that he has lost. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 links. So he's lost his whole 5-man squad once and a few other brothers, if you want to look at it. And I'm going to paint him up to look just like my other little guy. And I'm going to definitely be running him and have that little bit of lore in my head. So, those are the models I put together. I definitely need to finish putting them together. And at some point, I'm definitely going to do it this week. Get the rest of them built and ready to go. I'm excited to get the like Vanguard, I can't remember their name, but the guys with the jump packs. I'm excited to get those guys built. They will be my first jump pack unit. I've never run jump pack models before, so I think that'd be very fun. I probably should, but I also don't. I don't really want to either. I do understand. I've done it once before, and it can look good. I got one model that I'm doing that to. But I like my guys just looking, I don't know, a little bit more pristine, not that damage, all that stuff on it. But that's just me. I don't hold that against anyone when they build their models if they want to do some damaged look and all that stuff. Let's do up on the top. No, I wouldn't call it weird. I mean, people do it. Like, I've seen it done, and it can look really good. It's just not something to my taste. So, I wouldn't call it weird and anything like that. And if it's done, it can be done really well and make a model sell that look of they've been in battle. And by some mindsets, like, that should be how they are painted or designed, because usually these battles go on for hours and they should have a bit of damage, they should have a bit of wear. Hey, Taylor. Okay, this is Taylor. I was calling Tyler Taylor earlier on accident, and I do apologize. I get you and him mixed up sometimes way too much, and that is on me. But how are you doing? Ooh, that would be interesting. No, we don't need any chaos. think I need to sit down and look at all the data sheets now that 11th edition is fully out and kind of decide where I'm going to take the army. Because, I mean, I do have this list. It works well in 10th. I don't think it's working well in 11th. And that does make me sad because this was like awesome. I found a really cool list and I thought I was doing well with it, and now I'm like not too sure. But I've only played like one game of 11th with it, so I probably shouldn't call it out already. But I definitely should kind of mess with it a little bit and figure out what I can add. I'd like to add another unit in, because I think I have another 60 points I can play with. But there's not a lot that is 60 points that you can use. I have a few, so including this unit, I got one, okay, Deathwing, Bladeguard, Azrael. It's like 3 to 5. I think I got 3 to 5 units left. I'm not counting the line because the line's on a different little leaderboard. So we still got a little bit of ways to go before the list is done. No, I can feel that coffee. When you do kind of stay inside and hermit yourself all day, you don't really get a lot of time to reach out and talk with people. So I can definitely feel that. But I'm glad you're, reaching out to other people, testing the water, see how things work. I don't know if I will reach out to anyone myself as much as I want to. I don't think I am... I don't know, the word I want to use is worthy, but there's always a few other words there too. Also, it is like, as a creator, you gotta be kind of careful when you're on the internet. You can't just accept like anyone willy-nilly that doing collaborative stuff with. You have to well, I am sorry to hear that. I mean, that is the great thing about the internet, being able to go and talk with people, and yeah, being able to talk with people from many different walks of life and places in the world is an amazing thing. I think I'm going to go half black, half blue on the shield. I think that's going to look really cool. Yeah. That is very true, Taylor. I've seen a little... There's been a few shorts made by some of my creators to be like, hey, like, this is how you can, like, go and make collabs with people and stuff. And it's good advice. I like it. And if I do that, I'm going to take their advice and go for it that way. I should definitely... One of them is, and you kind of did this already, Coffee, is going to other creative streams where they, like, talk, or not interacting with their stream and stuff like that is something that they do. What I'm thinking is they will do, like, a community day thing, like, just in their Discords or something, where they get into a chat and then they talk with everyone. That's one thing that I've heard that some people will do, like, if you want to meet them, like, being active and stuff is very, very important. The hard part is schedule too. Like, I do purposely make myself busy, but also I am, like, planning out my week way in advance. Or not way in advance. Like, Sunday was a little bit of thinking on my stream schedule and also what I wanted to do. So, like, I know my local game store is doing a day for people that want to do the Dagmire campaign. They can come in on Tuesday, meet with people and play if they don't come in on Wednesday. So I'm going to start doing that. But if that wasn't happening, Wednesdays is when Warhammer is run at my local game store. So I try to go down on a Wednesday and get a game. So I make my Wednesdays are like a personal day. Usually Mondays I am hanging out with friends playing Magic the Gathering if I do go down there. Or it is I'm home and I need to just kind of like decompress from the day. So I usually make 3 days be like 3 days is what I commit to for streaming and doing that type of stuff. And all of the days I'm not streaming, I am doing personal stuff. I don't give myself a lot of time to edit or build or all that, because it's like some friends, they want a game on days that I don't do that stuff, and it's a little bit difficult. What's up, Swiggity? Ooh, nice. The Forest is such a fun game. I like Sons of the Forest. It is definitely an upgrade from the first game. I tried to play that with friends and they lost interest because it's a very big, like, it's an open explore game. You're supposed to, like, you take your time. There's not really a quest to, like, go here, do this, do that. It's you get on, okay, I'm going to cut some trees down or we'll go explore a cave. That's a lot of exploring caves, trying to find where the next stuff you need. Ooh. Ah, that's fun. Building a fort in the woods, in real life and in game, is both very fun to do. I miss taking the time and doing that when I was a kid, just building forts and stuff. I know, some of the cannibals are really, like, really overpowered. Like, the longer you play, the more powerful they get. Well, actually, no, not the longer you play. Depending on where you explore, will activate new cannibals to come to your camp. And that is true in both the new and the old one. Oh, yeah, I never plan on playing a scary game, like, ever in my life. The only scary game I'll do is, I can't remember its name. It's one of those Friends Up games. What's up, Toast? How's it going? Hope you're doing well this evening. What was the name of it? Now I'm like... Oh, yeah, that's the best way of doing it. Getting friends together playing those scary games makes it so good. What is the name of the game? I'm trying to think of it. I haven't played it in a while. You were in a spaceship and you were collecting junk and bringing it back to a planet. I'm not looking at chat, so I can't see it at the moment. If you're typing, wow, excuse me. I thought if I was looking at the name, I could just recognize it. I probably looked over it like twice and didn't even see it. Lethal Company, thank you! Yeah, I was talking about Lethal Company. Hold on, it's 8 in the morning for you? Wait. Are you from China? Well, welcome. That's exciting. I gotta put that on the map at some point and be like, oh, this is where another person's from. Oh, that's what I should do. I should get a map, and every person in the stream that like tells me where they're from, I'll add a little pin. Ah, you're on vacation. Okay. That's a fun place to go on vacation. Yeah, because it's almost 8 where I am. It's 7:58. So that's a full 12 hours difference. You're on the AM, I'm on the PM. Ah, I was working on you last night too, because your shield's also painted black. Or not last night, last stream. Huh. I used to volunteer, Coffee said I used to volunteer at a historical site. We did something similar. What do you mean by something similar? Like do the time zone stuff, or was there a specific thing that I said that triggered that thought? Oh, you were talking about the map idea. Oh, yeah. I should do that. Now, if... I'll look outside to see if it was raining or not, because I might have to let the dog out, but I don't want him to get soaking wet. I I think the map idea would be a fun thing. Have that, like, right above my workstation. You know who I'm surprised isn't here yet? Surprised Ando's not here. Will this be the first stream in a long time that we do not see Ando? Best of luck, Swiggity. Toast, you said you normally live in Thailand. What is Thailand like this time of year? I've been getting like some ads on like, oh, go like vacation in Thailand and stuff. Incredibly hot. Oh, I bet. Is it like more humid hot or is it like hot hot? Ah, humid hot. Yeah, that's not a fun type of hot. Because you feel so sticky and there's no way of like truly not feeling that way. And I mean, you could go into the river and cool off, but you might get taken by like some sort of river monster. I mean, depending on where you live. I remember watching River Monsters, and I think there's a few episodes where they like filmed in Thailand or somewhere close. Oh, excuse me. You'd have to go to another province. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, I would not want to swim in those ones. I haven't shaven my beard fully off in over 10 years. Has it been over 10 years? No. I shaved it fully off once in those 10 years. I'm gonna say 10, because I think I haven't fully shaved my beard in like 10 years. I've trimmed it. It's not like unkept, but I never want to be like a baby face. There's a convenience store wherever you go. I'm sure on every block, and I think it's just a thing from like, I never liked, I mean, this is still a case. I don't like the way my face looks. There's a lot about me that I don't like personally, but I have to deal with it mentally inside and all that stuff. One of the things that I've done to help me mitigate that is keeping a beard. I like the way my face looks with a beard. I don't like my face without a beard. It took a while because, yeah, when you do start growing a beard, it will look like just pubic hair coming out of your face. But if you maintain it and you keep it well groomed and all that stuff, it can look really nice. I got a friend that's got like a glorious beard. I'm jealous of his beard. I think he's still... Yeah, I think he still makes videos. Gaming Vitamins. He's got an amazing beard. Very jealous of it. But he does a lot of stuff to, like, maintain it, groom it, all that stuff. Also does boil down to, like, genetics at the end of the day, too. I think my dad could grow an amazing beard, but he never wants to. I think he's got the right type of, like, chin structure for it. Well, that's a good attitude to have for that coffee. I need to get back into, like, maintaining my beard and everything. I think I've already done all that. Am I just redoing something I've already done? Probably. No, I mean, we're talking about facial hair and all that. But I didn't scream. I don't think anyone else screamed. Are you hearing stuff in... Oh, you got the stream going on in the background? And you're playing The Forest? Oh, no. I'm going to mess with you so much now. My grandfather on my mom's side grows a really nice beard. I think I got the genetics from my mom's side with beard mixed in with my... I'm a combination of my mom and father. I think I mostly have my mom's side when it comes to facial hair. I don't have it fully... I don't think there's... I've never met anyone on my dad's side of the family that grows a beard. Not a single guy that I've met does. My grandfather, before he passed, never grew a beard. His brother doesn't grow a beard. I know his sister doesn't. It'd be weird if his sister did. No idea if their parents did. Although, I mean, for them, time-wise, having a beard probably meant you were unkempt and not professional looking, and actually did affect your standing. Weird to say that facial hair actually did that. But I mean, you go to other places, and like, if you don't have facial hair, that does affect your standing, or culture-wise, which I think is pretty cool. Well, not cool that it happens, but it's cool that's a thing to learn about. I mean, your brother might be a twin, but I bet there's like minute details that you share with, or that that your brother shares with your mom and dad. So like, you might not notice it, but he might have like your mom's eyes or your mom's eyebrows, something a little bit, just small. A 1v4 is never easy, Swiggity. It is doable, but it's not easy. You have to be very cautious and skilled on how you approach it. Oh, best of luck with that. Wait a minute, you went back to a previous save? It didn't just, like, spawn you out of camp? I was pretty sure, like, when you died in the forest, it just spawned you, like, the closest Campbell camp to where you died. I mean, I don't fully remember. It's been quite a while since I played the forest. Done on him. Now we move over to the very last one. Then we can move over to the blue and go from there. I think also, while I have the speed paints out, I should do these little guys. I know this one's pretty much done. Oh, I have looked in the Armageddon box to see how Crusade looks in the newest edition. I think I said this last time. Not sure how I feel about it. I probably should give the benefit of the doubt and actually play it and find out how it works. But I was kind of thinking about, say, like, how can I still use like Warhammer's Crusade system, but also make it work for 11th. And I think I'm just gonna... You can run the book. Don't do the missions like they normally do, so you don't do the circles. And change them out for, like, terrain features and stuff. So, like, you got one where it's like, oh, you gotta try and find a tunnel in a terrain feature. Well, then you just have a little bit of terrain or a different terrain feature. You have them do that action in there, and then they might find one, they might not. And then the EXP and everything else can just stay the same. And, go from there with it. I feel like they have. People figured out how to make a... Like, are you saying different levels? Or, like, if you're playing a game, your pieces can move up a level? I'm pretty sure that's been done before. I think some chessboards are like that. Like, some really advanced forms of chess, they just completely have different levels and stuff. Also, there's D&D. Like, D&D, you can use terrain and make multi-level things. Mm-hmm. I want to start like a. I want to start like a year-long campaign with some friends, or maybe like a friend, like a one that just never ends. It's just we meet up like once or twice a month. We play our game, and our guys grow, and then we meet back up whenever we have time again. That's kind of what I want to do. I think that's doable. What's up, Toast? Welcome back. Ooh, talking about community things. After the art competition that we do, I am thinking about having us do like our own little Dagmire campaign. So what I'm thinking is, and I've said this before, is that when you play your games of 40K, you can go into like a little chat and post your results, and your results will affect like this hive city or world, and wherever each faction is at the end of the week, like they gain control of this part, and then by the end of like whatever time we have set, whichever faction has the most points by the end would win. Taylor says, I tried speed paint for the first time the other day, and it's definitely different from regular layer. Had difficult time trying to smooth out the coat. Speed paint is definitely one of those, depends on the brand, depends on all that stuff. You missed quite a bit, Ando. You missed a bit. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you, Ando. Actually, I'm disappointed for two reasons. One, I'm disappointed because this is now the stream okay. We almost had a stream that you haven't appeared in one. So I'm disappointed we didn't get that. I'm also a little disappointed that you're not here when we start, but at the same time, you're a person and you live your own life, so I can't hold it against you. That is a good excuse. I will accept that excuse. Best of luck with that, Swiggity. Rory. No, I don't want to turn into soup for your hive. Biomass flavored soup. No, that soup can stay away. That is not good soup. You guys 100% know that soup tastes completely disgusting. Oh, but going back to the speed paint stuff. I'm currently using speed paint. You really have to kind of thin it before applying. Like, there's some parts where I did dry brush, and you can't even see the dry brush I did underneath. And there's some parts where it is a lot thinner, and you can see that work I did underneath. No. No, he lies. Do not trust his lies. I do not trust a man that worships a bug. What is on the docket? What did you bring with you on vacation? Good night, Coffee. Hello, Chris. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. A big Norn emissary. build or paint that up. That's a fun model to build and paint. I want to do another one sometime soon. Ooh, War Dogs. War Dogs are also fun to do. I'm trying to convince my friend that plays Chaos to... Okay. So, I went to the Warhammer store this weekend. I bought nothing, actually, at the Warhammer store. Statement coffee. Please watch your language. I do not appreciate people swearing. Even though this is not a kids-friendly stream, I do try to keep it as if we have a bunch of 5-year-olds in this chat. And we do not want them to repeat what we say. Anyway, again, welcome. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Hello, Darn. Right? Darn? Oh, no, Darren. It's Darren, right? I feel like this is Darren Wetzel. I do apologize if I butcher people's names. I'm not good at reading. Sometimes it'll take me a second to find out a good way to pronounce your name or what it actually says. I don't mind calling people nicknames if there's a nickname people want to be called by. But anyway, as I was saying, I took my friend to the Warhammer store this past Saturday. I would have gone and bought the Armageddon box if I didn't get it early. But I went and he wanted to get the model Fabius Bile, or Fabulous Bill, however people pronounce it. And then we started talking about Warhammer. Yeah, you're good, sweetie. It's what you're doing, and it's what you're enjoying playing right now. There was a stream going on at... Not a stream. There was a tournament going on at the store. Like, literally, 11th got released. They're doing a tournament that day. And... Okay, to summarize it, we talked about Warhammer. I talked about what he could add to his list. Because he's got around 1,000-ish points of chaos. But... but he doesn't have any tanks. Yes, they are good. I've only played one game so far of 11th. I'm hoping to play more relatively soon so I can understand them a bit better. From what I heard with most people is it's kind of an upgrade. He does want to get a Defiler. I shudder at the thought of him getting a Defiler because I have a disdain for fighting those things. Because in the last tournament I played, people ran 3 Defilers all the time. And it just was not fun. Anyway, because I know at the end of the day, it does, for him, boil down for cost. So I was like, well, you can get this tank or this tank, and you should probably get this model if you want to do this. Yes. Yeah. People are running, like, during the end of 10th, Chaos players were running 3 Defilers in their list. It depended on which Chaos faction. If you were Chaos Undivided, you would run 3. One of them would have the... Or actually, they all would have the Mark of Nurgle. And you would give them a 18-inch loan up if something tried to shot them. Yeah. I do like what they're doing now, where if you want more... If you want to run more of, like, the same unit in your list, you gotta pay for it. So, for, like, Defilers, if you run more than... I don't know how much it is. But, like, depending on the model, it jumps up a lot in points. Yes, yeah. It is a strategy in Packbound. Thank you. That is... Exactly. And everyone was doing that. And they were using Huron, Abaddon, and a Hellbrute for that stuff. I believe it is called Packbound. It was... It's not fun to play against, but I can see how as a... I didn't know how to deal with it personally. Why am I doing that as black? That doesn't need to be black. This needs to be black. Because, like, it would take out my anti-tank stuff really quick. And then I'd have nothing to kind of deal with all of its BS. So, but he does like the Defiler. He wants to run it again. And I told him, like, this is what everyone was doing with the Defiler. Like, this is how you handle it. But anyway, went over and they were like, I think people were wrapping up the tournament and stuff. And I got to pick some people's brains and hear about how they thought about it. And my buddy was listening over. And he was actually getting excited. He doesn't normally get excited when it comes to Warhammer. I don't think he really enjoyed 10th that much because there was a lot of realistic stuff that I was doing. Or he was a little bit more like a realist, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I can shoot your guy in between these little buildings at this distance, like shooting from like across the map. And he didn't like that too much. And now at 11th and what he was hearing, he's like, I'm excited for 11th. I want to do a game now. And I'm like, this is exactly what I want to hear. Because I like playing with my friends. It's the same one I've done a few games with on stream here. And I always enjoy it. But I feel like he has a hard time, especially when he does like lose in the end, which I get it. It's hard when you're on like the losing end of stuff to be excited about anything. Actually, why did I do the black? I could have just done... This is black, and then... What army do you play, Toast? Because personally, I think I kind of enjoy melee a bit more in 40k. I probably should move over to AOS if that's the case. But usually, I like being a little bit of a mix. Melee is definitely different now in 11th. The hidden key rule is very important for people. Raven Guard, that's exciting. I never really thought Raven Guard were a shooty army. I always could see him being like a, depending on how you play them, a up close and personal one, or I guess they could be shooty. I thought of it more as a stealth, and you want to just kill your opponent as quick as possible. I'm currently running the Raven Guard detachment in a 10th edition Crusade, and I've been using a lot of Phobos stuff, and my favorite unit has been the Reavers. They've been the best to use so far. I'm sorry, Chris. I completely forgot what I said earlier. Can you remind me what I said? That's exactly what I did with them. So, I did a... in this Crusade... I deep strike them in. Okay. I still don't remember fully what I said, but I've heard somewhere that some people say, like, melee's gone and... No, not melee's gone, but melee isn't as good anymore. I think that's mostly because the units that were fights first is different now. Like, if you get charged by a guy and your model has fights first doesn't change the order. Like, the person that charged you still has the ability to fight before you. It's just if they do a different unit to fight first, then you go in the order, and you can have your fights first person go. I don't fully know. Someone explained it to me, and it's confusing all the way through. what color I want to paint up my little dudes here. I should paint them something. I'm just not sure what. Should I do it blue? Should I do a dark blue? I could, but I won't paint him hot pink. I don't have a hot pink on hand to do that with. I can paint them yellow. I could paint them an orangey yellow. That way I can actually see them. They'll fully perfect Warhammer at 101 editions later. When that edition comes out, Warhammer will be perfect. Yeah, I remember people like talking about it and saying that it was going to be just melee, and I was kind of excited because, like I said, I like doing melee, and now it's just like hearing that's more shooty. I'm not really sure how I feel about that fully. Is it? Because Battle Shock now happens when your unit is directly at half strength. And what else? Yeah, when you're directly at half strength. And then there's this like coherency type thing that you gotta do. Okay. I got 2 yellows. I think this one's too bright. This is Imperial Fist. And then I have Iviadin yellow, which is more of an orange yellow. And I might go with this directly on the white. I think having them orange actually would help me kind of like remove them from play. First things first, I am going to paint some black on these guys. I'm going to do inside the hood black, and I'm going to do the smoke black. Yes! That's your Kratos War Dog! He's going to fight all the other characters named Zeus. I want my friend to get 2 Chaos Armigers, or I guess Chaos War Dogs, for his army, and I'm like, I told him, like, I played against these. These are good as well. I want him to get some, because I think that would be a good mix for his army, that he would have a melee and shooty little guy. I might let him borrow my Armigers and let him see how he feels about it. No, he's more Thor. Uh, just because of the hammer throwing and stuff like that, and having that little hammer, he's more Thor. Which I guess if you wanted to do him fighting Thor, then that'd be perfect. Actually, now I think about it, I think I will have my buddy, like when we play, like, hey, do you want to try running 2 armigers in your list and see how it is? And if he likes it, tell him like, well, if you want to spend $100, go buy yourself 2. I will play with you because I do need to buy more armigers for myself personally. I only have 2 for my knight list. I have 2 armigers and like 5 knights. I think I need to get more armigers. I also need to finish my knight list. That is a big one, too. Oh, if anyone here hasn't played the new God of War games, you really should. I played not the newest one, not God of War Ragnarok. I played the one before that, which I think they just called God of War, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I should probably restart it and replay it. Was it 2016? Oh, jeez. I played it in like 20... I almost want to say 2020. Or like 2022. Whenever it came out on Steam is when I played it. I think that's fine for smoke. I don't need it all black. I'm gonna definitely do some gray and stuff to it. I can do the same for this little dude and that little dude. The only time I have watches in the dark is when I'm playing as Dark Angels. That's why. It's more of a mechanic for when I am on the table. I'm like, I'm just gonna add Watchers in the Dark because having the little abilities they give is nice. In lore-wise, I'm not really sure. I don't want to keep come up with like random excuse because I could literally do that right now. But yeah, for now, it's just when I decide to play as Dark Angels, like that did come to my mind. Like, what if they are just chapter serfs, and they're, helping the chapter, which these are very small compared to regular humans. But I like the idea that they're just chapter serfs. But we could also say because they have Dark Angel Gene Seed mixed in with them, that the Watchers go to this chapter as well and do whatever the Watchers do with the Dark Angels with these guys as well. Because, I mean, hey, when a brother goes missing in my chapter and they're going through a mutation, they might find a fallen. And maybe it works with, maybe the Dark Angels are like, what is this? And come to investigate, or maybe not. Who knows? What's up, how's it going, a good roasted dinner, Lords of Chaos? Hope you're doing well this evening. I don't think my chapter and the Dark Angels would... They'd probably look at each other a little bit side-eye and be like, what are you doing? Nice. I assume there are, because Kill Team is like a popular... Nah, I don't know how popular, but it is a way to play. I'm sure the way to find it is just by like Googling like Kill Team tournaments near me or stuff like that. Well, Toast, the best way I can say is you gotta look up places where people will play Kill Team and then ask if anyone wants to play. It's always the dice roll. The dice always screw you over in the end. I'm painting up some Deathwing Knights and the little Watchers in the Dark that I can use with them, or that will be used in the army. Just because I have the speed paints out and figured these guys would be really quick to do. We try not to make the dice gods mad, yes. What are you talking about? He's just talking about our glorious forearm. No. No. Get the Inquisitor. I feel like I need to call up an Inquisitor and have you guys investigated. Wait, hold on. I gotta read what you guys are talking about because I'm kind of. Oh wait, you're saying I should get an Inquisitor because your name literally has chaos in it. You need some new skulls. No, no, the Inquisitor's not going to be a part of your skull collection. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not okay. Is my tea ready to drink yet? Too late, I already got him. No! Okay, I gotta send in the mouse. The mouse will clean everything up. And let's restart this. No, mouse is not breakdancing. Also, you cannot eat mouse. Mouse is uneatable. Mouse is the Doomslayer. I'm sorry, guys. That's the true face of the Doomslayer underneath his helmet. It's just Mouse. I do agree with you, Darren, except for the last part. Although, the orcs are a fun... Orcs and, World Eaters are a fun army to fight against. I've enjoyed fighting both those armies with the same player as well. Let's close the game. I mean, yeah, until he busts through your game and starts beating you in the face. Ooh. Okay. I wasn't sure about the yellow, but the yellow's actually a good choice. Okay, I have a couple I enjoy fighting against. I have two that come to mind. And I think it's more the person that plays them. My two favorites so far have been Orcs and World Eaters. But the same guy that runs... Okay, it's been the same guy that uses both armies. So I think I just enjoy playing against that guy. Another army that I've enjoyed playing against has been specifically my friend when he does Chaos Space Marines. Is there like a YouTube short series that like explains how the Doom guy could just defeat chaos, pretty much. Like, if the Doom guy got into the 40k warp, it is just over for them, pretty much. Yo, again, whoever suggested the yellow, you deserve MVP. It's such a good color. I think this looks amazing for these little guys. How's it going, I? Shadow Warp if it activated ability properly is annoying. Yeah, I've fought against Tyranids twice. And... depending on the player is whether it's annoying or not. I mean, yeah, because yellow's such a bright color, but since I'm already doing this onto like a white primer and everything, it looks really good. And this is going to be something that I can notice. Laughs and contrast and speed paint. I am using a contrast paint, so it is making it very easy for me. I don't think there's been an army that I fully... There's not been an army that I fully hated playing against. There has been armies that I'm like, this isn't... I want to say enjoyable, but that's not the right word. Annoying is the better word. I think Necrons are definitely like on my list of annoying ones to fight. And I think it's more their like reanimate ability. I've done a tournament going against like Necrons and their like Catan stuff, and it was like, what am I even doing? I'm just hitting my head against a wall. And then once in a crusade I went against Necrons, and it was... I like took out a bunch of dudes and then they reanimated. It took so many models of mine to kill one unit of Necrons. And he still had so much more of his army, and I'm like, I just can't do this. I'll do his little shoe brown. Anyway, look at that little guy. Yeah, melee is not fun for Tau. Not a fun thing for a Tau player. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Whoever was playing the Raven Guard, if you get Reavers, they are really good if you can get into someone's back line and just precision out any characters that your opponent has in their list. because the pistols of the Reavers have precision, so you can hit the character directly, and then their base combat weapon has precision as well. So when you charge with them, you can hit the character directly. I did that in the Crusade. I started with 5 Reavers, made a 9-inch charge into a Tau Ethereal and its Fire Warriors. And it took a few turns. I finally did kill the character. I took a lot of the squad out because I made the charge, battle shocked it. They failed the first one. Desperate escaped, killed some more models. Go for it. Go for it and see how it works. You could always do what the Screaming Ravens do, and just set in a bunch of Centurions, and try to wipe out your opponent that way. Yes. You can run 36 Centurions in your army and use that to try and take out your opponent. There's a famous YouTuber named Paul is Bad at Everything. He plays Raven Guard, and his chapter name is the Screaming Ravens. And for a while, he was using as many Centurions as possible. Yeah, you could do that with them as well. You could get a captain for your Gravis and give the unit infiltrate. Yes, it is Paul Baddest. Paul is bad at stuff. I don't know what I said initially, but I'm going to agree with what you said, Octo. I think at one point he had like Devastating Centurions and a couple other styles as well. He did have a few other models. He's now running like a decent list, which is understandable. Like, he was trying to make it work for tournaments and stuff. Ooh. Might try this Centurion strat. Let me know how it goes. That's a good question. I don't know. I know they're 3 models to a box. They are a unit I want to grab at some point. I think just for the novelty of them. I'd rather touch grass. I want to look at what base size the Centurions are. I'm like checking a lot of stuff. Where are we on everything? Little checkups and stuff. Okay. Wapedia. Excuse me. Oh, I know what it did say. They're on a 50mm base. That's actually smaller than I thought. I thought they'd be on a bit of a bigger base. Why are you two like this? Oh, hell for a mushroom god. No! I will not! I did see you said something in the Discord. I'm gonna have to read that in a moment. Or at least after stream and stuff. Gork and Mark are the only good ones, you think? Oh god, excuse me. You animated mouse breakdancing? But we already have mouse breakdancing. Hold on. We already have him doing some moves. But no, that's actually... Good on you, Swiggity. I'm not trying to sound like mean or anything like that. No, I fully want to see what you did with mouse and all that. Yeah, just show us, don't tell us. All good, Taylor. Happy to have you here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope you have a good night. hopefully you get some rest. I'm yawning like a sleeping idiot right now as well. I don't want to cut stream early, but I'm wondering if I should, just to get some rest for myself. No. No, I will not. Didn't we have, like, this happened last time? I added flags to stream for some reason. Or, like, one of the streams, we kept adding flags, and I had to explain why there's different flags. You think your animated mouse looks like it's wrapped in sour candy? A slime video stream? No. I'm not gonna add little random things to stream. Okay. Hi, Rory. What's up? And just a little... I think you're being too harsh on yourself. Just do what you did, or just be okay with what you have. Not every piece you're gonna make is gonna look perfect. I'm gonna step away, and I'm gonna let my dog out, and then I will be back. Jesus Christ, Ando. Oh my lord, what the hell do you guys do? Okay, where was I? I gotta start doing the blues. I don't know if I want to go against a bunch of Horde or if I want to go against a bunch of Elite stuff. Maybe a bunch of Horde models is what I'd rather go against than a bunch of Elite stuff. I'm not really sure, though. Kind of depends on the army I'm fighting and all that. Also, like, what army I'm using. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It also depends on what I'm using. You could certainly do that. None of us would be the wiser until we clicked on it. Mm-hmm. There. Got that all done. What do you mean, oh, the suspense? Are you waiting? Oh, yeah, we are waiting on what Sweetie made. The Holy Book. There. Rose can sit over there. Well, good night, Ando. I think I should probably head out sometime soon as well. Fucking God. I'm sorry for swearing, but I look in Discord. What am I looking at? Oh my lord. Yeah. Sorry, I just found that tick on me and was gonna clip it off camera, but it just so happened to be fell off my finger. So let's do this guy. Definitely better when the cloth and stuff is brighter than just putting it on straight black. I'm thinking I gotta do... I do like dry brushing and all that. I think I gotta hit it a little bit... Jeez, that's so much paint on there. What's the word I'm looking for? I gotta hit it with an airbrush. Is what I should do. The accurate mouse. I am scared to see this video now, because that was way too human looking of a face for a mouse. You're really selling this animation. I will definitely take a look at it when I have a chance, like everything else I do. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hi Roy, what's up? And I think once I have the blue done on this guy, I'm probably gonna call it a night. I mean, we definitely made some progress, is how I feel. We've made some progress. I should do stuff off stream with these to really get it going, but I don't know. There's like some projects where I start on stream and I want it to be fully like recorded and seen by you guys. I know I don't have to. There's definitely some projects I should do like off camera to actually get them done. Like, that's why my pile of shame is so big, because I keep thinking like I'm forcing myself to do it, is what it is. Something like this I could definitely do off. This side. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream tonight. If you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I try to stream 3 times a week, starting from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 10 p.m. EST. Really depends on my mood and all that. I think we made good progress. We got everyone painted black. We did a little bit extra with the little goobers and stuff right here. If you want to be part of the community a little bit more, I do have a Discord, completely free to join. It's not just Warhammer, it's any hobby you're into, I want to hear about. Any sort of crafting hobby, all that stuff. Because eventually I want to get back into doing some other hobbies and all that. So, trying to do that a bit more. Also, if you want to support the channel a little bit more monetarily, I do have a Ko-Fi account people can donate to. It is in the video or the stream and the channel description. Same thing with the Discord. But with that all being said, you don't have to do any of that. Just having you here, hanging out, being part of the community is more than enough. With that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.